The 18 paintings presented in this room comprise the Poem of the Soul, a truly mystical epic series realized by Louis Janmot between 1854 and 1892. Each picture represents a stage in the life of the soul as imagined by the painter. In order to fully grasp the work's meaning and scope, it is necessary to situate the series in its contemporary political and social contexts. From the 1830s to the 1860s, a large-scale movement was undertaken by Catholics to restore the Church to its pre-revolutionary social position and prestige. This struggle was particularly active in Lyon, a town known for its strong Catholic traditions. Janmot, a devout Catholic, was deeply attached to this movement. He placed his art at the service of these religious ideals. He hoped to convey an unequivocal message through his Poem of the Soul. To ensure that his artworks were interpreted properly, he accompanied the series with a corresponding explanatory poem of several thousand lines in total. The ensemble, which begins with the piece entitled Divine Generation and then proceeds clockwise around the room, takes as its protagonists a boy and a girl who together represent the soul. In the first painting, the soul emerges into a being thanks to the love of God. In the second and third paintings, a guardian angel brings an infant to earth where his mother awaits. This is the time of innocence. From the fourth painting onward, the two children move forward side by side as they begin their journey through life. They pass accordingly through childhood and adolescence together. The fifth painting, Memories of Heaven, unfolds in a landscape that recalls Lyon. The children dream of returning to heaven, stretching their arms nostalgically toward the Virgin Mary and the infant Jesus. An image of the family home is evoked in the paternal shelter. Here, the reading of the Bible is shown to be central to their education. But the two children are drawn toward the storm brewing outside. Foreshadowing life's danger and, in particular, the revolutionary upheavals of 1848. In the seventh painting, the children enter what is considered by the painter to be the wrong path. As they climb an unending staircase set in a forbidding landscape, they are watched on all sides by menacing men dressed in cloaks. The artist refers to the secular university system and its teachers. and condemns this form of rational, non-religious education as dangerous. The two children following this path are thus subjugated to a violent nightmare in the next painting. The painter next shows us an image of newfound serenity. Harmony is restored by the presence of the priest, who teaches peacefully in a summery landscape. The 10th picture shows us the First Communion, an important step in Christian education. In the picture entitled Virginitas, the two young people form a united couple in which tamed passion is symbolized by a peaceful panther. In The Golden Ladder, the children dream of an ideal world of beauty and light. Then comes the dance, in which they take part in autumn landscape and which symbolizes the passing of time. The children continue their journey with the ascension of the mountain, exploring the unknown as they climb toward higher spiritual values. Arriving at the mountain summit, they rest in communion with nature. Then it is the flight of the soul, like an irresistible journey into the unknown. Yet the painter seems to say that this happiness cannot last. The ideal state of fancy's flight is not accessible to earthly beings. The poem of the soul thus ends with the picture of the boy alone, kneeling on the tomb of the young girl in an image starkly entitled Reality.